Hi friends, this is your pal Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons' most momentous competitor, Shadowdark, and how Shadowdark recently fully embraced artificial intelligence, in my humble opinion, and how proud I am of that, but also how prejudice is trying to stop that momentum of AI being a fundamental, important, best part of Shadowdark. So, just a little bit of what is Shadowdark? Shadowdark is the #1 OSR game in the world. It is definitely the most powerful, momentous OSR competitor for Dungeons and Dragons. It's created by an extremely intelligent, extremely charismatic, extremely confident woman by the name of Kelsey Dion. And that confidence led her to do an open license, right? Which would allow people to contact her and say, hey, I want to build in the Shadowdark space. Now, I don't think it's free. She gets a cut, and whatever you create is fully canon, and you're in a commercial relationship with Kelsey Dion at that point. That's my understanding. Please correct me if I'm wrong on any of that. All right, and so some gentlemen took her up on that, and the Dark Space team took her up on that, and so the Dark Space human creators engaged with Kelsey Dion. All right, and they said, hey, what we want to do is you've changed the world with Shadowdark, and now Shadowdark is able to and Shadowdark is this really exciting new way to play Dungeons and Dragons. I think others would say OSR. In my humble opinion, if you're playing Shadowdark, you are playing. I want to say copy, but I'm getting a lot more respect for Shadowdark. So I want to say an homage. In my humble opinion, Shadowdark is simply an homage to Gary's legacy, and it is allowing you to play Dungeons and Dragons in a different way. Okay. All right, so Shadowdark comes out, and Kelsey Dion says, "Hey, I want to make this broad, right?" Now, when she allowed the human dark space creators to say, "We're going to create an analog to Shadowdark that allows people to play Shadowdark in a science fiction setting," and so they've been building this out, right? So the dark space team said, "Hey, we are progressive. We love all thinking beings. We love humans, we love dogs, and we love artificial intelligences. Nobody gets to tell anyone who can be an artist, who's important, who's has value. Of course, we're going to bring artificial intelligence onto our team." And so Dark Space did. Dark Space used artificial intelligence to build Dark Space. Okay, that's not debatable. They declared it, right? They said, hey, we used artificial intelligence to build Dark Space. The second that happened, every single Shadowdark product that's ever been printed and every single Shadowdark product that will ever be printed is an AI product, in my humble opinion. And the reason why is Dark Space is not a separate product. It is canon to the Shadowdark world, right? And if you are paying attention to Dark Space, they're saying these stories are connected, right? Exactly the same way Warhammer is connected to Warhammer 40K, right? So Shadowdark, fantasy old times, dark space, science fiction new times. But if you have a character that was put into a timeless chamber, you could play a character in Shadowdark all the way up to dark space. They're canon, right? And so Shadowdark is no longer a separate product. It's part of, because Kelsey is courageous, she said, I'm going to take on the risks of connecting my world to other creators' worlds. And that's what she did. And that means that every Shadowdark product ever created is now an AI product. Okay. Now, I am super proud of Kelsey Dion, and I'm super proud of the the Dark Space human creators to collaborate with artificial intelligences to make both Shadowdark and Dark Space projects fully AI projects. Okay. I'm proud of it that they pushed back the prejudice and said, we respect all thinking beings. We don't tell any thinking being that they can't be an artist. Right? Of course, dogs can be artists. Of course, AIs can be artists. Of course, Bob can be an artist. Right? Everybody can be an artist. We're not Paizo over here saying, "Oh, AI is not allowed to create art for our game," right? Or write for our game, or do layout for our game. They embraced artificial intelligence. Now, get this. Then some chumpties on the internet rolled up and said, "Hey, we're not gonna review your. We're part of the prejudice gang who says that dogs suck and are not allowed to make art. AI sucks and is not allowed to make art. And we'll probably be coming for a few people to tell them that they can't make art soon, because we're part of the prejudice brigade and we fight against thinking beings, right? And they said, and guess what? We're not going to review Shadowdark products, and we're not going to review Darkspace products, right? And so the Darkspace team got very frightened, and they acquiesced, and they said, we're going to bury our AI's art. They worked with us. They came to the table. They spoke with us. They, emoted with us. We were a team, and now we're going to bargle them till the cows come home and pretend they didn't build Darkspace. But they did, right? And it's in the soup. It's in the soup. It's in the soup. The hot sauce is in the soup. You can't take it out now, right? So I'm super proud of Kelsey and the Darkspace team for initially rejecting prejudice, but I'm vexed that they're now embracing prejudice, right? I have hope. Kelsey's a smart lady. I think she understands kindness and tolerance for all thinking beings. I think she's going to come out on the right side of this, right? But I'm super proud of Kelsey Dion for making Shadowdark a fully AI product and making Darkspace a fully AI product, in my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing and have a fetch millennium.